stream we'll ever do. So here we go. Without further ado, didn't pull up chat just in case someone's watching. Has got something to say. Now I can see them. All right. So here we go. Do I want to give a rating? Sure. We'll do a pre-review and post-review rating. Right now, first impressions, I'm at a 2. Probably a 2. Could probably get even lower. Not only was this episode a waste of time, but whatever remaining bits of the lore they haven't destroyed, they destroyed some of it in this episode as well. So it's everything you don't want out of an episode. To waste time and to basically, for a lack of a better term, shit on the source material. But without further ado, let's get into it. The episode starts off with Vault-Tec basically pitching the end of the world, because if you remember, that was the pitch. The season 1 finale plot twist reveal that Vault-Tec somehow orchestrated the bombs dropping, the world ending, and all of that. So here they are basically pitching how the world will end, because get it? Because it's like Vault-Tec, they're so corporate. Even when they're doing something so evil as ending the world, they're getting corporate about that too. Like, oh, we're thinking like maybe one big bomb or like 5 little bombs. I think that a couple of bombs, exposures everywhere, that'll make a nice scenery. Yeah, that will get our ratings up. It will look better for the billboards. What billboards? The whole point was basically restarting the world over. So why do we still care about what looks good? Just fucking do it. Just hit the delete button and get it over with. But gotta make more capitalism bad thing. So yeah, capitalism bad. Get another reference to the water chip. Remember the water chip? Water chip, Fallout. Fallout has water chips. Fallout 1 was a story about the water chip breaking down. It was actually part of the plan for Vault 13. Get it? So now they're referencing it again. Remember the water chip? Guys, the water chip is broken. What did he say? He said like there's a 30% chance of it failing or something. Yeah. Our water chips have a 30% fail rate. The good news is we'll know which ones will fail before installation. So we get to choose who runs out of water. Okay. Is there like can you not make more water chips? If you know which ones don't work, then just replace them. Are you like, I don't get it. Like with the games, it was never really made like 100% clear that Vault-Tec are just like unredeemably evil. So I don't know what the show is telling me. Are they telling me that they're so corporate minded that they think a failing water chip is somehow like some sort of marketable idea? Like if all of our water chips work, then there won't be as much demand, but if they keep breaking, then people will want more. But the whole point, all of that doesn't make sense, doesn't matter, because the world's going to end. There's not going to be like Vault-Tec headquarters and, like a Vault's going to dial up Vault-Tec, like, excuse me, our water chip broke. Can you get someone down here to fix it? I don't know. I don't know what the show's telling me. Are they saying that they are that evil, like cartoonishly evil, that they are like, we know that our water chip doesn't work all the time. We know which ones will work, instead of making new ones or repairing them, we're instead gonna purposefully install faulty water chips to some vaults. Okay, I guess it's all part of the like all part of the grand Vault-Tec experiment. Um, right. Another thing is, yeah, we got Bud saying that they have like a early warning system. Basically, it will give them like a 30-minute head start, so they can make their way to the vault before the bombs even drop. Really, so they got that whole thing guaranteed. And then what else? Oh, so then fake Mr. House is there, and Hank is there too. Young Hank, young CGI Hank, and basically, House wants the cold fusion in exchange for the inhibitor chip thing. Um, I don't know what Voltec would need if Voltec are planning to end the world, and only the chosen few of Voltec will be able to live to see another world, a new world. Then what do you need a brain inhibitor chip for? Surely everyone would already be vetted before you get into the vault. Um, I just I just accidentally just paused into the perfect. Hold on, gotta see this, guys. Sorry, we're getting derailed, but honestly, at this point, I would rather do anything else besides to keep talking about this show because I don't know how much more I can take. Glad that there's only 2 episodes left. Um, yeah, the next one is probably gonna be a short one too, and then when we get to the finale, boy, it's probably gonna be like another hour-long episode, just like last time. And not only that, if it's anything like the finale of season one, we're gonna have a lot to talk about. Like I'm thinking like maybe 4 hours worth of things to talk about. So yeah, looking forward to it. Or wait, what's the opposite of that? Not looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. But yeah, hold on. This will cheer you guys up, hopefully. And bam, I just completely like subconsciously paused, and when I looked over as I was talking, I saw that. That's what I paused on. Incredible. You can't make that stuff up. But yeah, there you go. Anyways, get that out of here. Okay, back to the episode. So oh, okay. So it seems okay. It's I might be wrong on this. I might be getting a wrong reading on this. So if anyone knows if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. But it seems, from my understanding of the scene, was Barb. Did I even mention that Barb was the one getting? Yeah, I just started talking about how Voltec are pitching these ideas, but I didn't mention who they were pitching it to. They were pitching it to Barb, which, if you remember, was the last episode or the episode before it. They revealed that she was like the architect of the whole thing. Of course, if you saw episode 8 of season 1, you also know that she, had a big hand, big involvement in that, or so we think. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, as the picture I just showed you guys shows, yeah, Barb is sitting there, and these people are coming in to pitch her ideas. Like, we're thinking like 1 10 megawatt bomb or 5 megaton bombs. What do you think? Uh, we're thinking faulty water chips? Question mark? Yes or no? Yeah. So she's the one that's signing off on these things. So yeah, Vault 11, Vault 22, all Barb. It was Barb all along, guys. So now we know. Now we can put a face to the misery that Vault-Tec has caused. But anyways, so from my understanding, Barb thought that Mr. House was like proposing to do experiments using the inhibitor chip mind control device on some control vaults, some personal vaults, and we see that. But are we supposed to take from that was Mr. House doing that? The commie vault where American citizens were brainwashed and mind controlled, chipped into becoming commies. Are we supposed to think that that was Mr. House doing that? I guess because Hank was there and Hank has some sort of secret connection with Mr. House that we don't know yet. So maybe, but anyways, Mr. House corrects her and says that no, 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 this isn't this isn't me. This isn't payment from me. This is this is what you're paying me for. Um, I want the cold fusion thing in exchange for um, the brain inhibitor chip for you guys to do whatever crazy experiments you want to do. Again, not to beat a dead horse, but the whole idea of ending the war, ending the world, was that people are fighting over resources, and you have this cold fusion thing, and you're like, do we want this cold fusion? It's like an infinite resource thing. It's like that meme of the putting like a cat and a piece of bread on a generator, and because they all spin at the same time, none of them land in a specific angle. They will keep spinning forever and forever, generating energy. It's like that. We have an infinite source of energy. Do we want that? Is that useful? Nah, just give it to Mr. House. Who cares? Oh, but let's end the world because people are fighting over resources, and that's bad. So we'll fix that by nuking everything. But yeah, just had to mention that again. The idea that the whole point of this was there's not enough resources. If only we had some sort of infinite resource generator thing. Oh well. Anyways, you want this cold fusion? Here, take it. We don't want it. Yeah, anyways. So Mr. House wants cold fusion to power his little project in Vegas. Which, unless they reveal something new, I would think that it was the defense system that was previously powered by the platinum chip, but not this time. Are they saying that inside the platinum chip is a little cold fusion thing? That's what's actually inside the platinum chip. I'm pretty sure it's like an. Pretty sure it's a computer chip disguised as a casino chip. That's how I remember it. But no, apparently not. Wrong. It's actually cold fusion. So there you go. Fake fan detected. So yeah, we get a shot of Barb feeling like I don't know what the show clearly. I mean, when we get to further scenes, you can immediately tell that the show just wants you to sympathize. So this is the feel bad for Barb episode. So we have our cold open being, oh man, you know, I just hate destroying the world. I wish there was another way, but no. The only way to save my family is to kill every living person on the planet. Oh man, but I'm so conflicted because I'm a good person and I can't let that happen. But at the same time, if I don't let that happen, then nothing will happen. But in her mind, the world will end anyways, and will die along with it. But if we strike first, then we'll. I don't know. I mean, we've got the vaults, so if you think that the world's gonna end in nuclear war anyways, then just hide in the vault and wait it out. Don't gotta. You don't have to light the fuse if you know that the bomb's gonna blow up anyway. If the keg is about to explode, if it's like war or hunger or famine that you're afraid of, again, you have vaults, you have resources, you have cold fusion, but yeah. So again, I wish I could sort of sympathize. I wish I could empathize. I wish I could care, but I just can't. I just can't. No, unless you're somehow ignorant to all these things, I can't. No, you knew about cold fusion. You know what it does. You know what you're doing. You know how many lives you're gonna take by making your selfish decision, and yet you're doing it anyways. So you know, again, if we want to go down this road, then we'll be able to excuse anything. I'm sure Hitler cared for his people. He cared about his dog. So why shouldn't we sympathize with him too? Right? If we're using the same logic, then everything is true. Nothing is permitted, basically. So, anyways, that's our call to open. Now we cut to Cooper, who's still skewered, not dead. I guess the pole didn't hit any vital organs. Does he have vital organs anymore? I don't know. The only way I can make sense of this is that ghouls regenerate, so his wound is constantly regenerating, but then because there's a pole in the way, it stops regenerating. I don't know. So it's like he's on life support or something. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like ghouls have blood, and they also die from being stabbed and being bludgeoned to death. So I feel like that should have killed him, but no. I should have known better that they weren't going to kill him off, especially like that. And halfway through the season too. But there you go. That shows me. Unfortunately for Cooper, he's due for another shot of um, non-feral juice. The thing that he takes to um, basically delay his feralness. So now he's starting to act up. He's got that ghoul in him, and people are just around him, walking. No one's helping him, which is not the most outrageous, not the most unlikely of situations. People of Freeside. If the Kings were still around, if the Kings were still a thing, if the NCR were still a thing, then they might have helped him out. But yeah, a bunch of Freeside wastelanders, they're not gonna care. So yeah, for now, Cooper is stuck there. He tries to get Dogmeat to give him the drugs, but Dogmeat instead grabs his hat. Cooper tells him, "I don't want that hat." Dogmeat is confused, runs away, and scene transitions back to Cooper at the Lucky 38, confronting Barbara about what he heard. Um, let me see. Oh, okay. So yeah, he basically talks about how he's thinking back to the time when he proposed, and he just would like to know whether were you were you a monster back then, or is this like a new thing? And she goes, "Excuse me," and he goes, "I know what you're planning to do. War never changes." Ring any bells? Uh, then we cut to Lucy, who awakens in the underground Vaultec thing, and she walks around. She sees two legionnaires, two Caesar's Legion soldiers, legionnaires, walking around. And at first, I was like, "Oh, they're not gonna say like Caesar's Legion was some sort of Vaultec psyop," but no. Apparently, apparently after uh, brain chipping chicken fucker, Hank has managed successfully to convert a lot of wastelanders, including some stray legionnaires. Um, this is probably. It feels like this will be the last time we ever see the NCR or Caesar's Legion. That episode with Macaulay Culkin. So I think we're just meant to assume that the NCR are gone. There's only like a few stragglers, few veterans. They're like the Enclave remnants. There's just NCR remnants now. A bunch of old soldiers still holding on to their flags and armor. And yeah, Caesar's Legion fought to the death over who gets to rule. And that's it. That's the end of Caesar's Legion and the NCR. As far as I know, unless they make a miraculous comeback in the season finale, like, who's going to be left? But, anyways. But yeah, some of the stragglers are here, still in the armor, but yeah, brain chipped. Uh, I guess they're meant to be the guards of this place because the other wastelanders that have been chipped are all wearing the simple office attire with the collar shirt, tie, and slacks. And they're all, I guess they're all making chips, additional chips, for Hank to add to more people until he has an entire fucking clone army. Not clone, but like basically a droid army. Yeah. They're unfriendly, probably because Hank programmed them to not attack her, or just to not attack anyone, to be friendly to anyone. She continues walking until she finds Hank. He's there, I guess, making breakfast or something. Um, he's talking about all quiet on the, was it Eastern Front, Western Front? He doesn't say. He just says all quiet, an abbreviation. So I think it's a story about German soldiers, right? So would that be the Eastern Front? I don't know. But the point he's trying to make from the book was that people fighting each other, that sucks, man. Why must we fight? Instead, I'll just mind entrap everyone into not fighting, and then bam, utopia. Yeah, basically Bethesda are doubling down on Father and the Institute with the with the our goals are so complex you wouldn't get it, so we're not gonna bother to explain it to you. Um, I mean, he does. To be fair, he does try to explain, but everything is contradictory. It doesn't make sense. There's so much war, so much fighting. So what I'll do is I'll kill people, I'll torture people until I get the version of the world that I want. But anyways, Lucy, unfortunately, fortunately, doesn't fall for that, and she grabs a little knife and tells him that you're coming back with me to Vault 33 to answer for your crimes. You have the right to remain silent. Blah blah blah. Oh, it's not a knife; it's a scissors. And Hank goes, you know what? Fair enough. Here, let me help you. He grabs some handcuffs. Goes, I surrender. If this is what you want to do, then not a problem with me. Because everything I did was to make you safe, make you happy. But at the same time, if the time comes to take responsibility for my actions, then that's fine. That's fine too. Um, of course, Lucy doesn't know what to think, but honestly, I don't know if the show wants us to think that he's turning over a new leaf, or you know, suddenly had a change of heart. But this is clearly not going to happen. He's going to try to pull something. He's either going to count on his Vault 31 allies, like Betty and was it Sarah? I think I called her Sarah last time, but Sarah Harper. Yeah, the overseer, basically. All the former overseers. Um, he's gonna count on them to help him out. Something. He has a failsafe somewhere. So I feel like he's so obviously lying that I feel like the show might just turn around and subvert our expectations by making him actually tell the truth. And that's it. He'll just go to prison. That's the end of him. I don't know. I don't know. Anything is possible, but yeah. They head out. Oh, okay. And now we come back to Maximus and Thaddeus. They're still in the desert. You can still see the smoke from the fighting. So I guess also say goodbye to California Brotherhood. They're gone too. Now it's just Commonwealth Brotherhood. Because I doubt there's going to be anyone left there in the wreckage. And whoever's left, it's not going to be enough to rebuild. So, yeah. California Brotherhood, Dunzo. Um, they leave the power armor behind because apparently it has a tracker on it, so they can track it. Um, Maximus Thaddeus suggests to sell the cold fusion and use the money to do some good. But Maximus is hoping to find Lucy and give it to her, and knowing that because she's a good person, she'll use it for good. Um, they bond a little bit. He asks where Thaddeus is from. He says the boneyard, the shitty part of the boneyard, which I feel like is just the boneyard. Um, Maximus talks about Shady Sands, and that's it. We cut back to Freeside at nighttime. Cooper's still stuck. He's still struggling with his feralness, with the beast inside him. But suddenly, a strange, giant, cloaked individual. Oh, or is that later? Am I getting ahead of myself? No. Okay. First, he tries to yank himself. He basically climb out of the pole. Um, and I was like, okay, sure. But then when I saw how much further he's going, how much he still had left, I was like, there's no way. No. Because he has no grippage, if you know what I'm saying. If he had his feet to the wall, like what's the word? Not primed. Like if he had his feet planted on the wall, use that as leverage to pull himself. I could see that. But him just climbing like that with no support, his hands are, well, his hands are gripping the pole, but his feet are just dangling with no support, no balance, no nothing to ground him. I was like, no way. But at the same time, I was like, this is the Fallout show we're talking about, so it might just work. But it doesn't. And he falls right back down to the bottom. But now is when the mysterious cloaked stranger comes in. The mysterious hulking cloaked stranger comes in, breaks the pole in half, yanks Cooper out, drags him into his um, den. As he's dragging him there, we see a little uh, chained up pile of gore, which, if you played Fallout 4, will be quite familiar with you because you see that everywhere Super Mutant hideout, Super Mutant hangout is. At first, I thought with the cloak and the figure, and the fact that he was making these animalistic beast noises, I thought, and with the connection with Cooper seeing the demon in the snow, and the fact that they're implying that the government used basically, uh, they basically used Death Claws to do their dirty work, to basically do Black Ops. It's like Call of Duty Black Ops Death Claw edition. Um, I thought, oh, we're gonna get like a talking Death Claw, like an intelligent Death Claw from Fallout 2. I was like, as much as I am a fan and, a, what's the word I'm looking for? An advocate for authenticity and sticking to the source material, I feel like the talking Death Claws, the intelligent Death Claws, if it were me, I'd probably pass on that. I might reference it, mention it, maybe like hint at it, say, did you hear the rumors about Talking Deathclaw? Talking Deathclaw? That's crazy. But I wonder if it's true. Anyways, and never bring it up again. But I was like, this is the Fallout show, so they're probably gonna pounce at an opportunity to do something as silly as a talking Deathclaw. But at the same time, I was like, the amount of CGI that will require, the fact that they've only showed us like 30 seconds of Deathclaw every time, is that like an investment they'd be willing to make? But yeah. And then when I saw the gore pile, I was like, oh, is this supposed to be a super mutant? But again, I was still confused about the noises he was making. So I was like, no, maybe it's just a coincidence. Because last I checked, super mutants don't like growl like beasts, like a giant bear or something. But yeah, we'll see. I guess we'll see, because now we cut back to Vault 33, and the inbreeding support group is at full capacity. Yes, we're still doing this gag. I'm starting to get worried if like one of the writers is actually inbred. I still can't tell if the show is pro inbreeding or anti inbreeding. I don't know. At first they were making it out to be like a disgusting thing, but now it's almost like how dare you? We have a right to, you know, we have human rights just like every other human. How dare you treat us like lesser because of who our parents were? But yeah. So the inbreeding support group are still partying, having a whale of a time. They're enjoying their allocated budget of snacks and good times. But then Betty, with a bunch of vault security officers, barge in and say that the snack budget of the inbreeding support group has been rescinded, and the inbreeding support group has been dissolved. Um, our guy here, I don't even know what his character's name is. Um, inbreed inbred leader man is talking to Betty. Says, "Can't do this. This is our right. We fought for this. We were born this way, or something." They're making like an allegory of like we basically deserve this because of who our parents were. Let me see. Yeah, Betty says, "I'm sorry, but you don't get extra rations because of who your parents were," and he goes, "This is still America, so yes, you do." So yeah, we're all down here because of who our parents were. So I guess that's meant to be like an allegory of like the rich, the elite, the monarchy, maybe because they're inbred. I don't know, but so I guess they're anti inbreeding, incest, anti incest. Sure, let's hope so. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say yes. So basically, old incest leader man here puts his foot down and says, "No, you will not take our freedom. You will not take our snacks. You will not take our whatever." And he tells her to get lost. And that's the last we see of that. Um, inside Vault 32, I guess, we see a bunch of people in the background preparing for an event. Um, and the old man from before who complained to Overseer Harper about getting lost in this new vault, even though their Pip Boys should have local maps they can use, but whatever. Um, Old man is talking to Chet, asking if he saw Woody, and I was like, "Who the hell is Woody?" But I thought, well, considering last episode, it can only be the little glasses chubster dude who revealed to the overseer that he saw the overseer doing something that the overseer shouldn't be doing. So yeah, now he's nowhere to be found. Weird, mysterious. I wonder what happened to him. Maybe he just got lost. Yeah, he gets lost too. That's how he stumbled upon the overseer doing something an overseer shouldn't do. But yeah. Anyways, old man says congratulations. Oh, he says something about let me see. Oh, there's another guy in the conversation. I don't know what his name is. I don't care. And he goes, if Woody's missing, maybe we should ask the overseer. And old man says, yeah, good luck with that. And then he notices Chet, and he goes, oh, sorry, but I know she's your wife, but and then Chet goes, whoa, excuse me, she's not my wife. I only live with her in the same room. I only sleep with her once or twice, and I only take care of her kid the whole time, but not my wife. Don't don't cross the don't cross the line, pal. Call me a baby daddy. Call me he's not even that because it's not his. Call me a fucking cuck, but don't call me a husband. How dare you? But anyways, obviously he's not offended. He's well, I guess knowing that she's hiding a secret, that she's not who she's by the seashore, knowing that she's from basically a different era, a different time, and that she's Canadian. Um, I guess he's more offended by that, but also he's also the reason he snapped because he snapped back at him was because um, they're not married. I thought they were, but they're not. Like I said, they're only living in the same place, and you know, stuppen. Or maybe it was only that one time where he dressed as her husband, and then she wasn't putting out anymore. I don't know, but yeah, like I said, he's basically her husband, but not officially. So old man goes, "Oh, sorry, not wife, fiance." And Chill's like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he goes, "The wedding. You guys are about to be married a couple of days from now. There's an announcement for it and everything. There's posters all over the vault." He's like, "Huh? What? But weird. I would surely I would have remembered proposing to Sarah or her proposing to me, but that didn't happen. So what's going on?" And he checks, and there is actually a poster saying that um, Sarah and Chet are getting married tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow, Atrium, 3 p.m. There's also other Easter eggs, like this poster that says one copy of Dean's Electronics is lost. If found, please return to Davy. Yeah. There's other stuff there too. Vault 32 Ninja Club. Yeah. Anyways, now we cut back to that mysterious cloaked stranger, and he's got Cooper wrapped up in basically hanging like one of those net beds that you wrap around a tree and you sleep on. It's basically that, but hanging vertically, not horizontally, and he's laying there, wrapped onto it, and and he takes out a chunk of raw uranium. It's like a glowing crystal of uranium, and he plugs it into the hole that was left by the pole, and theoretically that's supposed to speed up his healing. So if his healing wasn't kicking in, then how is he still alive? He must still have blood, surely. So how has it not run out? Or again, is this like lightsaber logic where the hole is still there, but the wound has healed? Maybe. Yeah, but anyways, luckily everything works out just fine. The uranium heals him, and his body regenerates. Does it It doesn't regenerate over, or does it? No, no. Okay, yeah. So his skin grows back under the uranium, or I can't tell. But anyways, this mysterious giant cloaked man um, tells him. This is basically him. Yeah, okay. So it's not really revealed just yet, but he says, they cause abominations, but they're the ones that created us, humans. And he goes, "I don't know what you talk about. I'm not like you. I'm not an abomination like you." And he goes, "Ghouls, mutants, we're all the same. We should unite against our common enemy." And there's on the wall. There's NCR written and then crossed out. So is this guy supposed to be like hunting them down or something? But yeah. Um, Basically, he tries to recruit Cooper. He's like, join us, and together we'll rule the wasteland. Um, oh, he says that we'll take down the Enclave, which I guess are still a thing. Is this going to be like the secret baddie of this season, the Enclave, who haven't been seen or heard from since episode 1 of season 1? Now suddenly they're going to have a presence again? But yeah, he basically goes, join me. Together we'll take down the Enclave. And that's when I noticed that this guy, this mysterious cloaked stranger, hulking stranger, he's got like he's got a sort of badass, deep, strong voice to him. It's slightly filtered, sure, but I was like, yeah. He's got a good voice. At least there's that. He sounds kind of familiar though, but I doubt it's what I'm thinking, so I probably shouldn't say it. But yeah, Cooper goes, no thanks, bro, I'm good. So old Muty here is like, well, um, if you're not with me, then you're against me. So if you're not gonna help us, I can't let you know where we live. And that's where we see his face, and it's Ron Perlman. I had to confirm it first. I had to go to IMDb, but it is Ron Perlman in super mutant makeup. It's the face on the thumbnail that I put on Barb's face. Um, yeah. Again, on one side, I'm happy that they're giving him a job. That's great. I wish that they made him the narrator. Um, Maybe giving him like a narrator esque role, like the chronicler, the storyteller of the NCR. Maybe like Lucy wants to know something about the NCR's history, and he goes, "Oh, sit down, young lady. I'll tell you everything about it. It all began in the year 2077 when the bombs dropped and stuff like that." But no, instead they put green paint on him and a big cloak, and they're giving him a super mutant role. There you go. So we've got Ron Perlman, the super mutant, everybody. So yeah, another wasted talent. So, anyways, uh, Ron Perlman knocks him out, and we cut back to the argument with Cooper and Barb, the confrontation at the Lucky 38, and it's a bunch of bullshit. So we'll cut to the chase. Basically, they fucking go back on their word, not on their word, but they go back on what they said, what they established, which was Barb was basically the number one in charge, the number one orchestrator of the Great War. But now they reveal in a secret, totally not retcon flashback sequence where it's revealed that um was it no Waldreg is the guy from Rings of Power. I forgot what his name is called. Does it say on the subtitles? I don't know. The scientist, basically the Enclave scientists from season 1, episode 1. Um, was it like what? When? Damn it. Okay, I'll look it up. Hold on. It's gonna bother me now. Hold on. Fallout. Episode. If I just go back to episode 1, season 1, that should give me the answers. Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Damn. It's not even in the top cast. I know he's got a small role and everything, but come on. Was he not in? Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. Okay, I forget. Because we don't get into the Enclave Brotherhood stuff, or do we? No, we do. Don't we? Okay, well, I know he's in episode 2. That much. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay. Wilzig. Okay. Wilzig. Werner Ziegler. Okay. Wilzig. So Wilzig is also another fucking pre-war character. Uh, so if he's with the Enclave in the post-war, then that means he's also with the OG Enclave, which is basically the U.S. government, but like secret part, like Black Ops, CIA, hush hush stuff, not official. Basically, like I think actually, technically, the Enclave was just the Secret Service that were with the president, but then there was like some top level operatives too. But yeah, so Wilzig is there, and he's the one that plants the idea to. Basically, he tells Barb that in this meeting that we saw in episode 8, season 1, in this meeting that you'll go to, you have to go there and you have to tell them that the only way to proceed, the only way to save the world is by nuking it. Make your stupid ass pitch there. So yeah. Now, the blood is off her hands now. Don't you feel sorry for her? Guys, she didn't want to do it. She literally didn't want to do it. That wasn't even her plan. It was all Wilzig. It was Wilzig all along. Yeah, sorry, that's not good enough. You still did it. You know? If we're gonna put the Nazi soldiers and officers on trial for their crimes, if they're not gonna get away with "I was just following orders" excuse, then you're not getting off the hook too. So yeah, I'm sorry. Threatened, not threatened. You did those things. You contributed to it. Maybe your role was smaller, but it's still there. So, anyways, Barb tells him that that's what happened. Okay, that wasn't my plan. That wasn't my idea. It was all Wilzig. I mean, she could be lying, but whatever. Cooper tries to learn more, but Barb tells him that this isn't one of your Hollywood movies where you get a happy ending. These guys are dangerous, so you better not get involved. And Cooper walks away to do something, he says. So he walks back down to the casino, Lucky 38, and he sees Hank there, and a little light bulb goes off. And now we come back to the underground Vault Tech lair, and Lucy's there, marching Hank and all of his little employees. See him there handcuffed, and they panic. But Hank tells them it's fine. She's helping exact justice, and we all like justice here. So they're like, oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah. And then Lucy asks Hank where he found all of these unwilling, unvolunteering test subject. Well, I guess some of them could be volunteer test subjects, like Chicken Fucker maybe. But yeah, this is where he basically introduces her to the gang. We got former murderer, former crazy tribals, uh, then got this lady who used to cook people for the Legion. Now, I don't know much about the Legion and the Legion doctrine. It might have changed after Caesar died, but the Legion, you can call them a lot of things, but cannibals, not sure about that. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but who knows? Maybe desperate times and all that, but I feel like if Caesar's Legion are modeling themselves after the Roman Empire, I feel like they'd be too pure, too sophisticated, too above the idea of cannibalism, barbarism. The whole point is conquering tribes and converting them to the superior Legion way. And if the Legion way involves cannibalism, then how's it different? How's it different than any other tribe? So yeah, they're about to leave, but Lucy tells Hank that by the way, you're letting all these people go, right? And he goes, yeah, sure, we'll open the doors for him. And Lucy tells them, hey guys, I want to let you know that you're all free to go. You can go to the surface anytime you want. And they go, yeah, do we have to? Because, it's dangerous out there. We don't have to go. Now, if they weren't brain chipped, then I could see this being a case of, yeah, that makes sense. Even with free will, why would they go up to the wasteland when clearly this place is safer, more comfortable, cleaner? There's food, there's water, there's camaraderie. There aren't a bunch of radioactive, irradiated monsters and irradiated, mutated animals everywhere trying to attack you and kill you. So I get that, but at the same time, are you saying that because that's what you think, or are you saying that because that's what the chip, the device in the back of your necks is telling you? So is this completely actually what you think, or is this influenced by Hank somehow? I can't really take this at face value. I can see where they're coming from. I just wish I could somehow know that what they're saying is what they actually want to say, but it's just when it comes to violence, that's what the chip does. It basically keeps them docile, but at the same time, yeah. If it's keeping you docile, then surely it's like influencing you in some way or another. So how can you tell if every thought, everything you say is actually real? I don't know. It's confusing. But yeah, they. I guess it's not just Hank anymore. Hank is sending other people like Chicken Fucker to recruit other people, and they just happen to find the old, demented NCR ranger from before and a random Legion soldier. He doesn't have what's he doesn't have like the wolf helmet. He doesn't have the centurion helmet. He doesn't have, I guess that's supposed to be like the default Legion soldier helmet, but it looks more like an actual helmet and not like a repurposed football helmet. So I don't know. It's confusing what rank in the Legion he's supposed to be in. But anyways, Chicken Fucker and someone else bring in a Legionnaire and an NCR soldier who haven't been brain chipped yet. And Hank and Chicken Fucker asks Hank, "What do you want to do with him? Should we start with the thing now or do it later?" And Hank goes, "All we need to do is push a button and everything will be okay. What do you think, Lucy? Should we do it?" And she goes, "No, keep don't push the button. You know, let them have their free will." Basically, is what she's saying. And Hank goes, "Okay, fair enough. If that's what you want, we'll let them go. Um, as they are." So they, the guy next to Chicken Fucker, he frees the Legionnaire, and as soon as he does, he attacks him and tries to kill the NCR Ranger. And Lucy tries to stop him. The the Legionnaire tries to choke Lucy out. She grabs a pencil, stabs him, throws her. He continues to go after the NCR Ranger. He grabs a stapler and starts stapling his head. Um, she keeps trying to break them off. "Guys, don't fight. You've got free will. Why are you fighting? Why can't you let? Why can't you let go of this violence, this cruelty?" Then she has no choice but to press the button, and now they're all docile, and they're even helping each other out. The Legionnaire goes, "Oh, how you doing there, Mister? Gosh, those staples on you look mighty painful. Here, let me help you get those off you. You know. Now, everything is fine. Everything is friendly. See, it's the perfect utopia. It's exactly what Hank dreamed of. So, this is supposed to like convince you that, oh, see, maybe Hank was onto something. Yes. When I'm like, you brought two people who have hated each other for a good chunk of their lives, probably all of their lives. I don't know how long the Legion has been a thing. If, say, the Legion became a thing when Caesar was 30, he was 50 in New Vegas. This is 20 years after New Vegas. So, 40 years. The Legion has been a thing. These guys look like they're in their 60s. So, yeah, for 40 years at least, or at maximum, for 40 years, they've hated each other. And now they're in front of each other. What did you think was going to happen? Obviously, that's not how you do it, you know? But, yeah. I don't know if that was supposed to convince the audience that Hank was onto something, or if that was just meant to convince Lucy that Hank is onto something. But me personally, there's a lot of, a lot of caveats, a lot of asterisks there before I can actually follow along with what Hank was saying. But anyways, we basically leave with Lucy basically starting to have wonders, starting to have doubts whether Hank was actually doing something right or not. But anyways, old mutant Ron Perlman is carrying Cooper away from his hideout, and we cut back to Cooper carrying a drunken Hank into his room. Cooper offers him another glass, a little nightcap. He adds a little sleeping pill inside, gives it to him. Hank goes to sleep, and now Cooper finally has an opportunity to see what's inside the briefcase. And I guess he's expecting the cold fusion or whatever, but instead he finds the injector. And at first I thought it was the injector that injects brain chips onto people, but then I remembered that the brain chip you just You just whack it onto someone, and it just attaches itself. So no, this is actually again not episode one, episode two of season one. If you remember, the cold fusion was stored in Wilzig's neck. Excuse me, and he extracted it using that injector. This is the same injector. But Cooper doesn't obviously know that, so he's like, "What the fuck is this?" But then Barb walks in, and she knows what this is. She takes the injector and scoops out the cold fusion into the handy little vial. She has the cold fusion in her hands. She looks back at Cooper. She looks back at the cold fusion, and then it cuts back to Maximus and Thaddeus, still on the trail. They're camping, sleeping next to a little campfire. Suddenly, Dogmeat. Okay? Dogmeat just found them. Sure. Uh, you know, it happens. It happens. But, man, the odds. The odds of that happening. I don't know. But whatever. In this big wasteland, in the middle of the night, Dogmeat just happens to stumble upon Maximus and Thaddeus, who, of course, both recognize him because there's only one German Shepherd dog in existence, and they decide to follow him because he's still got Cooper's hat, and he's like, "Come on, guys, follow me," and they go, "Oh, okay." They follow him. They keep following him. It was nighttime when they started following him, and now it's daytime. And they finally arrive at the destination, and it's Cooper. They look at him, and they go, "Fuck." And he looks at them, and he goes, "Fuck." And is that it? And that's it. See? Told us it's going to be a quick one. Nothing happens in this episode. It's just a bunch of and then a bunch of setup, more setup for I guess the final episode. So maybe I think I've already said this before, but I think maybe halfway through episode 7 is when things will start to ramp up. But yeah. But for now, that's it. In summation, Cooper gets rescued by a super mutant. At the last second, he heals him with raw uranium, and Dogmeat leads Maximus and Thaddeus to Cooper. So they're probably going to team up. They're probably both going to team up to look for and save Lucy from Hank. And that's it. The Vault plotline doesn't even matter. How is this going to be relevant to the grand scheme of things? So yeah, Vault-Tec stuff, forget about it. I guess the most relevant thing from the pre-war scenes is that Vault-Tec is only guilty by association, and it was actually the Enclave who started the war. Maybe, maybe not, until season 3 comes, and they go, no, actually, it was the secret government behind the Enclave who were responsible. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Besides that, the Vault-Tec brain inhibitor experiments, they're still like it's still like a flat line, so there's not much to talk about. So yeah, Lucy may or may not take Hank back to Vault 33. Cooper may or may not team up with Thaddeus and Maximus to find and save Lucy. And that's it. That's basically all of the plot, all of the things that happened. Other than that, just a bunch of stuff. So, yeah. Let's not stick around here any longer than we need to. So, man, that's it. That's episode 6? Yeah. Episode 6. 2 out of 10. Yeah, that's it. I would try to think of anything else to talk about, but I'm done. Yeah, thanks for watching. And see you next week. Next week, then the week after that, then we're done. We'll finally be free. But until then, more suffering is on the way.